So this is my third time doing it. The first time I talked about bees and how bees and other pollinators are really integral to the ecosystem and we need to protect them. Then I talked about wolves and how wolves and other land predators are integral to the ecosystem and we should protect them. And so now I'm going to talk about orcas and how them and other marine predators are important. So I guess we all remember Free Willy, the story of how a little boy wanted to free an orca from captivity. And I'm interested what other people know about orcas. Probably not loads, but by the end of the day, you will. So they're called killer whales, but they're not killer whales. They're dolphins. They're an absolute apex predator of the ocean. Nothing hunts these bad boys. They even hunt blue whales, which is like the biggest animal ever, probably like 4 million times the size of this room, probably, something like that. They are highly social. They live in pods of like up to 40, led by a dominant female, live into their 60s, right? So that exceptional knowledge sharing through the generations leads to like crazy cultural differences, like salmon hats. What? They're really sophisticated communicators. So they use like clicks, whistles, much more to communicate. And because they can communicate so well, they can be like super precise, so in like the hunting techniques, use echolocation, so they can see in like murky water. They shout at stuff, and shouting at stuff helps them to see. How crazy is that? Because they live in large groups that can communicate really well and pass on knowledge, they've got some like super impressive hunting techniques. So this is called wave washing, where they'll just like bash a seal off of some ice. But they'll also like intentionally beach themselves. They can catch stuff on land. They herd fish before whacking them with the tail to stun them, and they can just mop them up. They've got habitats that are like all the way from the Arctic to the Antarctic, everything in between. So they're like adapted to loads of different climates, loads of different prey. They've been known to like interact with other pods, create lifelong friends from other pods. They'll share knowledge. So they'll like tell other pods where the good prey is. The other pods can go and find some good prey too. They have super playful behaviour, so they'll do like breaching, which is jumping out. They'll do sky hopping, where they put their head out and just have a look and see what's going on. They'll also like play with loads of objects. So in 1987, there was a female orca that famously wore a salmon as a hat, and her pod and 2 other pods copied that, but it's fortunately no longer a fad. They've grown out of that fashion. Shark liver is a real delicacy in the orca world. Not even the great white stands a chance against orcas. So they'll like create a vortex of water to disorientate the shark, and then they'll stun it with its tail, and then they'll put them on their back, and a shark on its back is paralysed. How have they figured that out? Before just like going in and nibbling on the tasty bits that are inside. Even if a shark did bite them, orcas have like phenomenal healing powers, like huge gaping wounds. Within a few weeks, the injury will be gone. They won't even have a scar to show for it, like super great healing powers. They've also been shown to like display no pain when that's happening, and like super resistant to infection too. So, have I managed to convince you that orcas are awesome animals? Yeah, I hope so. Because we're now going to talk about the other side of the coin. So before I do that, I'm just going to start with the story of the fisherman and the businessman, which some of you might have heard before. So fisherman's lying on the beach, businessman comes along, he says, "What are you doing lying on the beach?" He's like, "Well, I've caught a few fish today. I'm just going to lie here for a bit, go see my family, spend family afternoon." He's like, "Well, what you could do is you could go catch some more fish. And if you go out and catch some more fish, you could sell those fish, and then you make some extra money, and then you can use that money and buy another boat, and then you can pay another fisherman to go and catch some more fish." He's like, "Okay, why am I doing that?" "Well, if you do that, then you'll make some more money, and then you can buy some more boats, and then you can have a huge fleet, and then this huge fleet will be out catching loads of fish for you all the time, and then you can sell those and make even more money." It's like, "Why am I doing that?" "Well, because if you do that, then you'll be able to just like chill out on the beach and spend some time with your family." And yeah, he's already doing that, isn't he? So they were taking too many resources, and I feel like I've gone too quickly, too slowly. So, because we're taking more than we need, orcas have decided to kick off a bit about it, and they have vocalised their hatred for capitalism. And maybe anthropomorphising ever so slightly there, but they've been attacking boats, and I think I'm claiming that's because they've recognised that we're the reason that they're losing all of their fish. But we're also polluting, which I'm falling behind. I've been rambling. Have I been rambling? Yeah. Richard says I have to get to the point. Other than orcas are awesome and humans have been harming them, I haven't given you anything actionable. So I want us to take inspiration from orcas. They've seen a threat to their life of abundance, and they've fought back by kicking off with boats. I'm not suggesting that we go around and start bashing boats and biting rudders. That's not what I'm suggesting. But there are other things that we can do to help facilitate a better life for us and for all the things that share the planet with us. Our voice is important. We can share our messaging. If we share our messaging that has impact, it will have a ripple effect, contribute our time. So think about your buying decisions, think about the suppliers you use, think about the impact that they're having on people and planet, think about your consumption, how it serves you, and when the time to rise comes, it's going to be time to rise soon, I want you to act like an orca. Hashtag be more orca. Went too fast and then too slow. The notes. It's the notes. Don't ever go to SeaWorld. SeaWorld are evil. Never give any money to SeaWorld. They're fucking awful humans.